Quentin Tarantino's films are well known for their violence, dialogue, and highly stylized visuals and sound. Today I'll be talking about one particular aspect of his filmmaking.
Ein tausendjähriges Reich.
Ich muss sagen, ich habe genug von dem Affentheater.
His close-ups. A close-up shot is a shot where the subject occupies the entire frame, allowing very little of the environment to be seen. It could be the whole face of a person or even an object. Let's examine what we can learn from the way Tarantino uses this type of shot. Be forewarned, there are spoilers for all of his films. God is in the details, and Tarantino relies on them to flesh out his stories. Details tell us something about the character, object, or setting. It could be what someone is wearing, what someone is doing, what someone is eating, or even the details of an object.
To my brother Bud, the only man I ever loved, Bill.
A lot of his close-ups are shot on a telephoto lens. This type of lens keeps the background out of focus, therefore bringing all your attention to the subject or detail. Little mundane actions also bring detail to a scene. Usually these close-ups have a specific angle and movement in them, and this spices up the frame. It could be someone filling up a beer mug, someone looking at himself in the mirror, using a blender, a record player operating, a nail getting hammered, or even someone eating nachos. You name it. Take a simple subject or action and shoot it up close with a fresh perspective. Usually in any film, the audience is meant to empathize or engage with its characters. If the focus of the scene is one character, a long close-up can be a great way of making him or her stand out. It also puts us in his or her shoes. What is happening outside the frame is left for us to imagine. For example, in this scene, the character of Shoshana realizes that she is right next to the man who killed her family. He does not know who she is, and from the dialogue being spoken in the background, we know that he will be interviewing her very shortly. We do not see the people who are having a conversation. That does not matter, as it is all about Shoshana and her state of mind. The shot starts with a medium shot and slowly pushes in to a close-up of her. There is a likelihood that by the end of the scene, Shoshana could find herself getting killed or imprisoned. The close-up therefore adds more tension and agony. What I like is that Tarantino allows the camera to stay with the actor and help us see her performance, instead of cutting to the other people in the background without any motivation.
Avez-vous goûté le schtroumpf ici?
So when you want to capture an actor's performance well, it can be a good idea to have him or her up close and let the scene unfold. The camera never lies and can pick up on every nuance and expression. You want the audience to invest in your characters. Beats are basically any action or reaction from a character that alters the progression of a scene. Close-ups can help bring emphasis to these beats, and this makes for engaging viewing. For example, in the same scene we saw previously, look out for the tightest shot and notice why that is there.
Il y avait une autre chose que je voulais vous demander. Mais maintenant, sur ma vie, impossible de m'en souvenir. Enfin, bon, ce ne devait pas être important.
In this scene, a young boy is informed of the importance of his deceased father's gold watch, which is a family heirloom. Notice when a new beat happens.
Gold watch. 3 days later, your granddad was dead, but Wanaki kept his word. After the war was over, he paid a visit to your grandmother, delivering to your infant father his dad's gold watch. This watch. This watch was on your daddy's wrist when they were shot down over Hanoi.
The beat that just happened would not be as effective if it was filmed in a much wider shot. In fact, a lot of dramatic moments in Tarantino's scenes are shot in close-up, and this only enhances the scene. Film is an emotional medium. That is why we go see movies. As a result, it is important to establish a tone or mood for each scene. Close-ups are inherently dramatic, so they can heighten mood or emotion. In fact, one does not necessarily need to cut to a close-up to create an effect. For example, in this scene we see two characters who start off a friendly conversation. And as they get closer, the camera begins to slowly push in from a medium shot to a very tight close-up. Right now we can already feel the intimacy between the two people, all because of how close the camera gets. Once he picks up the phone, the mood is back to a neutral state, and the close-up goes back to a medium shot. When you combine close-ups with great background score, you can get a lot of emotion. For example, so whenever you're filming something, think carefully about how you can use a close-up. It's not a type of shot just used for dramatic effect. There's so much more to it.
Don't do it! Drop the gun, man! Don't drop the gun! Drop the fucking gun! I'm gonna fucking blow you away!